Many people are being targeted by energy weapons, including children. We're going to be looking at the footage to help you understand the problem and to alleviate some of the skepticism. Of course, many people think that people are just dying because of the vaccines, which is true. Footage like this is basically everywhere. People that are dropping dead just like that from the vaccines. But pay attention to this type of video that looks similar but is starkly different. Here on the right we can see a child basically being hit with an energy weapon, and you can see the targeting system. This system follows people wherever they go, and generally speaking it harasses and tortures the victim for quite a while before it kills them. You see how these people are spinning around looking for something? As if something was hitting them in the back. Often enough, cell phones are part of the equation. But these videos look much different than the classic Pfizer heart attack. You see how these people just drop dead? These people aren't spinning around. These people aren't holding up their arms, trying to defend themselves. That's basically the hallmark of what we're looking at here. Let's see if the video guy can activate this video. But you see how this guy is basically spinning around. If you watch it long enough, you can almost see the beam hitting the guy right in the head, just outside of the visible spectrum of light. Again, this girl on the right basically is going through the same thing. These videos are starkly different than the classic Pfizer heart attack videos. This is important to understand because in the fog of war, everything looks the same. What's the difference, really? It's when you start paying attention to the details that you understand that there is a difference. And if you've experienced these weapons for yourself, you know that they're real. And you know that it's not related to the vaccine. There are countless people online right now trying to get the message out. They're being tortured and targeted by these weapons. But the system is silencing and censoring these people. The little information that we do get does confirm, however, that children are being targeted by this system. So what looks like a Pfizer heart attack to you isn't necessarily the case. These people are trying to defend themselves from something that they don't understand. And this technology is way beyond the year 2024. It's basically CERN Area 51 tech, Skunk Works, Black Projects, and the like. And it probably goes beyond human technology based on the intelligence reports that we're getting. But whatever these energy weapons are, they're basically forced to flow with the laws of physics here on Earth. They're definitely energy weapons, particle beam weapons, microwave weapons, X-ray weapons, and the like. So hopefully you can see the difference. Something is attacking these people, and something is killing these people. Something that's invisible, something that's cloaked, something that defies our understanding. See how this guy's looking right at the camera? We know that many cameras have been weaponized, and they're actually dual purpose. In fact, every type of technology is explored for military applications. Phones, cameras, meters, cell towers, and the like. No matter the technology, they always look at military applications. But some people are getting zapped by their cell phone. Some people are getting zapped by CCTV cameras. Some people are getting zapped by drones and cell towers and the like. And the way these people get taken out, it looks like climate change. It looks like heart attacks, strokes, cancers. And on the autopsy reports, it looks like natural causes. That way it doesn't raise suspicions. This is part of the silent wars doctrine. They hide behind plausible deniability, the fog of war. It must be the vaccines. It must be something else. But we know these energy weapons exist. We know these people are being targeted online. So hopefully at this stage you can start to appreciate the difference between what's happening to these people in this video and what's happening to people in videos like this. You see how they're just dropping dead? They're not spinning around. They're not holding up their hands, trying to defend themselves. It's sudden and mysterious, but it's probably related to the vaccine. Whereas these people here, there is something attacking them. There is something coming after them. And we know that children are being targeted by this system. It's becoming more and more obvious as we're getting news reports from public schools that are beginning to shield their students against radiation. We've talked about the technology related to these cell towers. We know that they're beaming people. This is the beamforming 5G technology. They are projecting beams and attacking people. And the beams are much wider than you think. What we now know is that the entire infrastructure has been weaponized as part of a social credit score system. And it will even attack children. We've gotten numerous confirmations of that, including in the 60 Minutes Havana Syndrome report, where many children are being targeted at schools. And so now they're starting to shield in public schools. And this is the concern. That children are being targeted. People are being targeted. But why? It's part of the eugenics program. They're poisoning the food, the air, the water. They're spraying us like bugs. They want to kill off 90% of the people. That's what it says on the Georgia Guidestones. At least that's what it said before they blew up the evidence like 9/11. And so there's a massive eugenics program happening right now, and it's not just the vaccines. They'll try and kill you any way they can. And they try to make it look natural so that people don't get concerned. Because if people start freaking out, then obviously things will change. And that's why we continue to raise awareness on this issue. Because this is an issue that affects everyone. Everyone's at risk. And everyone's a target of this system. Especially if you're a pure-blood conservative or a Christian. They're definitely coming after you. And many people in that demographic are already feeling the attacks. If you've been experiencing chronic fatigue, heart palpitations, recurring headaches, pain not associated with an injury, sudden onset of pain, recurring back problems because this system likes to target the sciatic nerve. If you've been experiencing these symptoms and more, ringing in the ears, dizziness, vertigo, feels like you're going to faint while you're driving or at the store, you're being targeted by this system. And it follows you wherever you go like cell phone coverage. It's not your fault. This is the world that we live in. And the only solution for the time being, until people rise up and take out this system, is basically to protect yourself with military-grade shielding. And this is why we continue to recommend this book, Transhuman Genocide, it's the ultimate guide to directed energy weapons, artificial intelligence, and EMF shielding. Military-grade EMF shielding that you can make at home with things that you can find online. It has the recipes that you need to survive next generation warfare, because it's only going to get worse as they plan to assimilate humanity. It's everywhere in the news. Klaus Schwab is talking about it. Elon Musk wants to put a brain chip in your head. They all want to assimilate you like the Borg, and people that will resist or that want to resist will become targets of this system. And this system already knows if you're going to get the brain chip. This system already knows if you're a pureblood. This system already knows if you're anti-WEF. All of this technology has been programmed by Satanists and libtards from Silicon Valley and the like. And they have one thing in mind: Jonestown. They want to exterminate as many people as they can, especially the undesirables, especially those that would vote against them or work against them or talk bad about them. This is why they're silencing and censoring people. But they're not just silencing and censoring people. They're killing people. At first they make you disappear online, then they make you disappear in real life, and that way people will forget about you. It's all part of the plan, including the brain fog. They're dosing the food, giving people brain fog. They're also using the 5G to give people brain fog so that you can't even think straight. You can't even remember people that have gone missing. This system is 10 steps ahead of everyone. And unless people start protecting themselves and start talking about it, humanity isn't going to survive. That's why, again, we recommend that you check out this book, Transhuman Genocide. You can find it on Amazon. You can read a free preview, see if it's right for you. There's an ebook version, a Kindle version, and a hard copy version. And you can try it out for 30 days. See if it's right for you. You can also find the PDF version on our Patreon page. It's a little less expensive, but we've kept the price cheap for this book so that as many people can get it as possible, because we're not going to win unless everybody starts protecting themselves. This isn't about us. This is about humanity. People need to understand that technology has evolved significantly since the 90s, since the 50s, and the like. And basically this technology is being used against people right now to sanitize and purify the demographics. They want to replace us. They want to get rid of us. They want to silence us and censor us. They want to rig the elections and just lock this system in so that there's no escape. And soon there'll be no escaping these 15-minute cities that are policed by energy weapons and robocops. Those will be coming out soon. Robo workers are already rolling off the assembly lines like new cars, and it'll be like iRobot in just a few short years. And as soon as these things are in place, basically they'll be locking us down, taking our jobs, and getting rid of us that way. And of course they'll be mopping up with energy weapons. So again, realize the difference. Understand the difference between what's happening in these videos and what's happening in the classic Pfizer vaccine heart attack videos. These people aren't trying to defend themselves. They're just being taken out, knocked out. But these people that you see in these videos are being attacked by something. And they're trying to defend themselves. They're trying to run away. They're trying to understand. If you don't have EMF shielding, if you don't make a safe room, this is one of the things that we talk about in this book, then you're basically running around naked. And this system can continue to pelt you. And it'll never stop. And they basically mimic the stages of a disease: cancer, heart attacks, and strokes. It's one thing to say that you don't care. It's another thing to experience these weapons and basically try to survive. Without shielding, it's impossible. Without understanding what you're up against, it's impossible. do yourself a favor and do everybody you know a favor. Share this video, repost it wherever you want, mirror the content, and let people know about what's going on. Get people to read this book. Send it as a gift to people. The ebook, the hard copy. Let people understand. Give people a chance to survive. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.